leader, Zane Smith. 2 laps to go here at Circuit of the Americas. Can he hang on and bring it home for the 2nd straight year in a row? Can Kyle Busch close that gap at all? He's right now just under 5 seconds behind the leader. And Ben Rhodes in 3rd, Ty Majeski in 4th, and Tyler Ankrum. Really nice run for him today, top 5.
Yeah, you see there on the pylon just outside the top 5, Nick Sanchez, 8th, got that great finish at Atlanta after a couple of problems in the first 2 races, and now a solid run for the 2 truck as you see him here making his way up the track. Gain bridge on that 2 truck, beautiful truck. Good job for Nick.
Another driver who came up racing go-karts on road courses from Miami, Florida, so background in road course racing, but again, he's brand new to the truck series, so just getting used to everything. Live pit stops, a lot of things for these drivers to take in. He's just run with it this year and does everything he can to get better.
Well, this is the best way to get better. You put yourself on the racetrack in competition, and you see things that are happening from your competitors, where to be on the racetrack, where you need, and when you get home you say, okay, I wasn't good under braking, I didn't do a good job managing my tires, I did a great job at this. Whatever it is, you have to be able to analyze yourself. You have to be honest with yourself to say, I need to get better here, here, and here. I did this good. Okay, if you win today, you still have to analyze yourself like you lost. If you lose today, they have to all be the same. Every week you have to be able to improve yourself and be open-minded to making things better.
Coming to 1 to go, here's a nice battle for a spot in the top 5. As Ross is trying to heat up Tyler Ankrum.
There we go, super speedway racing, they say it's an opportunity race. A lot of people call a road course an opportunity race, and you look at the stats, 18 different winners in the last 18 road course races. I don't know, Zane Smith, Kyle Busch, both won last year, so I'm thinking maybe that streak comes to an end today.
Opportunity 500. And unpredictability, we talked about that at the beginning, and strategy, it's all played out a whole lot like we thought it would.
Zane Smith, no friends around him as the white flag comes out.
Yeah, right now he's just thinking to himself, all right, I can see where Kyle is in my mirror. All I need to do is just keep this thing in between the lines, not make any big mistakes right here. When I come to the S's right here, make sure I have myself plenty of room to not be in position for a penalty. And it just all went their way. You know, they put themselves in position, like you said earlier, Jamie, to capitalize on that caution flag and be on pit road and still get the stage points. And you know, Kyle's team was on the other end of the spectrum. They didn't pit at the right time and put themselves behind, and that's really what put Zane in position to be in contention to control this race. Was the pit stop. It all came down to the pit stop, and we talked about that before the race started. A lot of what's going to happen today is going to happen on top of that pit box.
But some good news for Kyle Busch. He might have gotten beaten anyway, because the last time by about a half a second faster was Zane Smith, and he's got a 5-second lead. So that is a really fast 38 truck. Everything worked out, but Kyle might have come up short anyway.
I heard from Zane Smith at the start of the show, and he said, you know, I feel like the truck was a little bit better in some areas last year. I don't know, he led 11 laps last year, and he's already led 15 laps today. So I'd say in race, it's been a little bit better.
A lot of Zane Smith time here today. Chris Lawson on the pit box making perfect calls. This kid has driven a perfect race.
23-year-old out of Huntington Beach, California.
There's Chris.
Won the last 2 straight races here in Austin. 2 different drivers looking to do it again.
All good. That's what you want to hear on the last lap. Nice gap.
He got a little roughed up. He's got some damage on that truck. He had to earn it. And here he comes, the last turn, the 38, Zane Smith. He'll win it at Circuit of the Americas. Back to back for Zane Smith. Kyle Busch brings it home second. Ben Rhodes on the front stretch. I believe he is out of fuel.
Driveline just came out of Ben Rhodes' truck here on the front straightaway. They need to throw a caution flag.
Everybody's having to avoid. He's dropped some debris on the racetrack as well. Ben Rhodes limping it up the hill as the 38 of Zane Smith burns it down. There's that debris right there before the start-finish line.
He was able to coast across for a 10th place finish.
End of the race, caution comes out. Zane Smith, Kyle Busch, Ty Majeski brings it home third. Tyler Ankrum and Ross Chastain with a top 5 after all of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that need to think they're through today. Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Ty Majeski, those guys all did a great job on pit road.
No quit. And he'll take that nice long lap around to wave to the fans. What a day it was for Zane Smith with 16 laps. Did what we expected. I think the one question we had